Can you find anywhere where it preach you don't have to be circumcised?
In the flesh.
In the flesh. Anywhere. I want you to go and read the gospel that was preached to them. Read the gospel that been preached to the nation of Israel from time immemorial, and find where a male, who gonna join himself and be a part of the Lord's house doesn't have to circumcise himself. You're not gonna find it. You're not gonna find it. So when you get to Paul and them preaching the same gospel, whatever they saying, they're not gonna be saying it's not important for that to happen. Even if you think that's what they said. Now that might be a hard pill for some to swallow, but they have to line up with the prophets and the gospel that's been continually preached. This is no new gospel. This is no new gospel. Brother, let's go to Exodus now. Let's go to Exodus and go look at those who the gospel was preached unto, and look at why they were not allowed to enter into the rest. Exodus 19. Exodus 19. And when you're there, we're going to start reading at verse 4. You know, the children of Israel always would say, well, according to the flesh, we Abraham's seed. You know, and John told him, look, the Lord can take these stones if he really need to and raise up seed to Abraham. That lets you know that he was looking way past your flesh and your blood, okay? So let's go and look at how basically there was a whole generation that came out of Egypt that proved not to be Abraham's seed. In a way. And we'll see how that is. Exodus 19, go ahead, verse 4.
Exodus 19 and 4. Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before their faces all these words which the Lord commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord has spoken we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord.
So here, Moses come telling the people, look, the Lord wants y'all to enter into his covenant. And if y'all do all he commands you, this is the blessing and this is the prestige upon which he gonna heap y'all. Just do his will. Moses came and said it, and the people said they was gonna do everything that whatever the Lord said do, right?
That's right.
Okay, now that is very, very important. Now, let us go to Deuteronomy chapter 10. Go right over to Deuteronomy 10, and let us see what gospel was preached unto them. Because remember, the gospel was preached to them too.
That's right.
As well as unto us. Go ahead, Deuteronomy 10, and when we get there, we're going to start reading at verse 12. Deuteronomy 10, start at verse 12.
Verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
What is it?
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
We could read that. We actually, Brother Judah, read that to open up. You read Christ saying the same thing in Mark 12.
That's right.
So, same gospel somehow, so far as being preached. Go ahead.
To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes which I command thee this day for thy good. Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the Lord's thy God, the earth also with all that therein is. Only the Lord hath delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day. So because of this, let's be sure of this. Continue. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked. So circumcise your heart. That's right.
And don't be any more hard-headed. That means do no longer walk in things that are opposite of the commandments of God.
That's right. That's clear.
That's the same thing that we gonna read if we don't even read the Old Testament. We start to read what Christ saying and the apostles saying. The same thing. Circumcise your heart. But I guarantee you, if we continue to read, you won't read nowhere that is going to say, and once you circumcise your heart, nobody anymore, no males among the people have to be circumcised anymore in their flesh.
That's right.
You will not read that. So when it seemed Paul was saying that, what was Paul trying to express? But if that's not enough, let's go over to chapter 5 of the same book of Deuteronomy. We in chapter 5, and when we're there, let's start reading. and 22. Hold on, just let me make sure I got the right place. 5:22. Okay, verse 27. Verse 27 of Deuteronomy 5.
Verse 27. Draw near and hear all that the Lord our God shall say.
This is the people telling Moses, you go talk to God. Go ahead.
And speak thou unto us all that the Lord our God shall speak unto thee, and we will hear it and do it. And the Lord heard the voice of your words when ye spake unto me. And the Lord said unto me, I have heard the voice of the words of this people, which they have spoken unto thee. They have well said all that they have spoken. Oh, that there were such an heart in them, that they would fear me and keep all my commandments always, that it might be well with them and with their children forever.
Now, if no man understood what the Lord was saying at that time, as Moses get ready to, knowing his time is short, he said, look, I'm calling heaven and earth this day to record against y'all and witness that y'all is a hard-headed people, and y'all been rebellious since the day I met y'all. And y'all gonna go in this land, and y'all gonna mess up.
Yes, sir.
And God is gonna quickly keep his word, and this land gonna vomit you out like it's doing the Canaanites who there now, who the Lord got y'all putting out, because y'all gonna start doing the same thing that they doing.
That's right.
You people are so hard-headed and stiff-necked. You know what that means? That even after 40 years done passed, Moses realized these people do not have the heart, do not have the mindset. It don't mean they can't get it, they don't want it.
Right.
And that's just the problem with too many people today. Wherever it is, this congregation, any congregation, some people just don't want to, because in order to circumcise your heart, you got to give up who you think you're supposed to be, or who you done try to form your reputation to be as a person in the world. This is what I want cats to know me for. Well, if you're going to serve God, cats don't have to know you for something else, because if it ain't Christ, that ain't what he want men to know. So you are in a wrestle of, are men to see me, my toughness, my bravado, my sexiness, whatever it is,
Right.
or are they to see Christ, male or female? That is yours and mine issue and problem to this very moment that we speak.
Yep.
Our hearts, meaning our mindsets, may not show what Abraham had, which was this assurance that convicted him to believe God and do what God say no matter what. Abraham ain't care what his wife said, ain't care what his cousin said, his best friend said, what his son said. Once God gave Abraham a commandment, he believed in God so much that he was just carrying it out, no matter who it affected and what the outcome was of what his doing right had on them. If his doing right made them upset, that's just how it got to be. If his doing right made everybody happy, that's cool too. But as long as God said, I'm pleased, Abraham, that's all that was important. And that is a problem in this world. Men pleasing and woman pleasing. And because that is where our mind is first, we don't have circumcised heart. And we wind up looking in the mirror, looking at somebody who was in the wilderness. That's all you looking at, somebody who in that generation who died if you do not develop this circumcised heart.